Let's make a mac and cheese. The first thing you want to do is boil your elbow macaroni. However, season the water and add a little bit of oil so that they won't stick together. It doesn't matter what type of elbow macaroni you use, just be sure to season your water. You also are going to need cheeses. I recommend an extra sharp cheese, mild, and maybe a blend of other cheeses. It doesn't matter what blend, but people typically like to use the cheese you have to shred. Once you've boiled your macaroni, make sure they're al dente, meaning that they're not fully cooked, so that way when they're booked, they don't get too overcooked. Don't forget to shred your cheeses and combine it in the elbow macaroni. Once you have combined your cheeses, make sure it's evenly spreaded so you have a nice cheesy macaroni. Now we're going to make the mixture. I always use evaporated milk. You can use regular milk, however, the carnation milk gives it a different flavor. You also want to add egg. That helps it keep the macaroni and the cheese together and creates a great consistency. In a bowl, you can mix the egg and the milk, and you want to season that with salt and pepper. Some people add a little bit of extra seasoned salt, garlic powder, and things of that nature, but a good mac and cheese just needs some salt and pepper. Be sure to mix that really well because it's going to go into your elbow macaroni and your cheese. It's very important to add enough egg and milk mixture. If it's dry when you mix it up, it's going to be dry when you bake it. So you're looking for a nice consistency, and you want to evenly put that milk and that egg batter in that particular macaroni and cheese. If it's not moist enough, just add more. And again, don't forget to add your salt and pepper. I don't have exact measurements on how much salt and pepper to add, so take a small spoon and be sure that you taste the mixture with the egg and the cheese. Once it bakes, it's going to be similar, and you cannot add more once you bake it, so you want to be sure that you taste it before you put it in the oven. The last very important step is to create a crust for your macaroni and cheese. So you want to put a thick layer of cheese on top of that macaroni and cheese that you've thoroughly mixed. Make sure it's even and make sure that it is a nice thick layer. It's up to you for the next step. You could either put this in the oven at 350 uncovered or covered. If you cover it, be sure that you take the aluminum foil off a last 10 or 15 minutes or so, because you want your cheese to caramelize and get a nice brown to it. You also want to cover the top of that layer of macaroni and cheese with some paprika and butter. This is my favorite step. Again, make sure you caramelize the top. If it doesn't brown automatically, you can put it on broil for a few minutes and enjoy.